It's a wonderful day, and as you can see, we are getting ready for the holidays. It feels like it's been such a long year, and it's really good to be in the holiday season. Everything changes around Christmas. When I was a kid, it felt magical, and then that kind of waned when I became a teen. And I feel like as an adult with young kids, oh man, all that magic is coming back into the holiday season.
It's the best.
And it's absolutely amazing. Yeah. I love it. So today we want to talk about something, and the reason we have these Christmas lights out, because we want to talk about something that we think is very important. So this is what I would encourage you to do. If something doesn't apply to you, push through it, stick with us to the end of the video, because there are some really helpful things that we're going to talk about that I think will apply to more people this year than ever in the past. Because what I feel like is happening is people are staying home for Christmas, right? Like I personally have travel plans, but so many people that I know are like, well, normally we go here and do this thing and see these people, and now they're not this year. So what are we talking about?
Well, we're talking about Christmas tree and Christmas light and decoration safety.
So let's start out with a few statistics, because everybody loves learning about numbers.
So what we want you to know is that even though Christmas is perceived to be a very safe holiday, there are things that go along with it that create danger. There are 1,170 house fires a year just because of Christmas decorations. Then you throw in on top of that 260 house fires on average from the Christmas trees themselves. That's 1,400 house fires a year due to Christmas decorations or trees.
Wow.
When you add in the deaths from that...
I think it was 60 deaths per year between Christmas trees and house decoration fires. Isn't that wild? 60 deaths.
Yeah.
60 deaths, tons more injuries. And then something that I find to be incredibly interesting is how much damage to houses. So what we saw was that total, it's about $35 million of damage every year around the holidays because of Christmas decorations and Christmas tree fires.
You know, Ben just talking about that, I'm still old school. I still take the newspaper, what's left of it, and there's always somebody lost a house during the holidays because of a house fire because of typically it's usually Christmas decorations of some sort. Occasionally it's due to a wood burner, but every year it seems like there's a house fire.
One important factor that you should know is that 45% of these house fires are caused by candles, which is it's an open flame in your house, right? That makes total sense. Why would it not cause house fires? So we're going to talk about a few different ways to prevent fires and be safe when you're decorating. A huge thing is just be conscious of where your candles are when you've lit one, and blow it out when you're not around, because you're not enjoying the candle if you're not around, and it could cause damage in the house, even if you think that it's in a perfectly safe place. Yeah. So let's talk about some of these safety things, and then we'll roll on for the day.
So the first thing you should do is before you put your Christmas lights up or any decorations is check them for safety. See if maybe a mouse got into your storage container and chewed a wire or something like that. Make sure that there aren't any broken. It seems like we've managed to find one or two every year that have been stepped on or something that got broken some way. So make sure that your wires or your Christmas lights are safe before you put them up. Second thing is switch to LED lights. They're cheaper, burn cooler, and you run less chance of having a fire from that.
And if you switch to LED lights, you can put as many lights outside as you want to, and maybe get your house seen from space. So that'd be pretty cool too. Hey, let's talk about, is it safer? I would think that because a fake tree is made of plastic and metal, it would be safer than a real tree. Are you a fake tree person, or are you a real tree person?
We love the smell of the real tree, but we have a fake tree because it's just easier to do. It's all combined, and take it out of the box, set it up, and you're good to go.
Yeah, we have pine sticks that we put inside of our fake tree to make it smell like a real tree. I think that we will not get too far down the road before my wife insists on having a real tree. every
If
year.
you're gonna have a real tree though, you need to make sure you keep it hydrated.
Right.
I know it sounds kind of goofy to hydrate a tree, but
Yeah.
it's important to do.
Yeah.
And if
They
you
don't
have-
like Gatorade, so you have to use water, and
Put
you have
an
to use
aspirin
it
in
more often. Put a what?
an aspirin in the water.
Right, yeah, make it feel better.
It does. It makes them last longer. You didn't know that, did you?
I didn't.
Yeah. You should cut the base of the tree off before you put it in your stand also, because who knows how long it's been cut from up north and in transit and sitting
Sure.
on the Boy Scout lot. There's a plug for the Boy Scouts. You should cut that base off so that you have fresh, it's still dead, but
Yeah.
fresh
Fresh dead.
receptacle so that it can suck water up in. And you really need to check it every day. And if the needles start falling, you're behind the 8 ball and you will not get that tree back.
Oh boy.
So
Yeah.
you better be prepared to pick up needles.
Yeah. So far we've talked about check your lights, make sure that there's no wires that have frayed, no lights that are broken. Switch to LED lights instead of using an incandescent bulb or I don't think there are any compact fluorescent Christmas lights. That would look absolutely ridiculous, all spinny and whatnot. And then if you have a real tree, make sure that it stays watered. One really important thing, because that's all kind of tree related, one really great way to get injured over the holidays is to hang Christmas lights on your house haphazardly. So what we're encouraging everybody to do is, I feel like when I was a youth pastor and we lived in Dearborn, I was invincible. I don't know if you knew this. It probably wasn't in the news because I didn't ever get hurt, but I was invincible. So I stood on a step ladder and reached over and was balanced on my ladder with one foot and all that kind of stuff. And now I am starting to understand the limitations of my humanity, and I will definitely be using a more robust ladder, and I will have somebody, probably my dad, come visit me so that he can spot me as I'm hanging Christmas lights on my 2-story house. The reason why we care about this is about 5,800 people per year land in the emergency room. They don't fall into the emergency room, but they fall and then get transported to the emergency room every year because of a ladder-related injury while putting up Christmas decorations. Ladder fall because of putting up Christmas decorations. So we don't want you to be one of the 5,800 to land there. Final tip. Do you want to say it?
No, go ahead. I forgot what it was.
Okay. If you're hanging lights
yeah.
anywhere near water, they should be plugged in to a GFCI outlet.
Right.
It's one of the outlets with a button on it. If it's not, it could be a
Breaker.
what kind of hazard? Not an arc fire hazard.
Electrical shock.
It could cause damage. So the GFCI, if you get electrocuted with electricity that's connected to a GFCI, the circuit is going to recognize that there's a more severe draw than normal, and it'll shut off. If that breaker isn't in place, it won't shut off, and it could grab you, and it could keep you held there, because when electricity courses through your body, all of your muscles tighten up. So your hand could tighten up around whatever you're touching that is electrocuting you.
So a good point for that would be to check the GFCI to make sure it's working before you
Right.
actually plug in the lights.
Yeah.
But if you follow that, you should have a safer holiday.
Yeah.
And that's what we want for everyone.
Yeah.
After all, we'd like to sell their house.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can't sell it if it's burned to the ground. So that's purely selfish. The only reason we did this video is so that we can make money. And I think that it is
Now I know why you want people to wait till the very end.
Right, yeah. I think it's worth noting that we did a safety video in 2020 that was not COVID related. I didn't even want to say the word because I think we made it a whole video without mentioning it, except for right now when I ruined it. So we hope that you have a safe holiday while you're decorating. We hope that you enjoy it and go hog wild on your decorations because you deserve to have an incredible holiday season. Just do it in a safe way so that we can sell your house next year.
We want you to have a Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, so this is a how-to video on how to start a house fire with Christmas